What's up, YouTube? Tube, 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 tube. Did you guys like that one? Welcome back to Spoiler Alert. I'm your host, Isabel Bethard, and as you could tell, I thought that would be funny to start my episode with because, we're on YouTube, guys. Like, I thought it would be funny. Tell me if you agree. So, I don't know if that landed, but as you can also tell, the sound effects are working now, so I'm going to be spamming those. Um, so I want to start off this episode by saying that last week I said that I was going to have a guest this episode, and I do not have a guest, but this is confirmed, but not really confirmed. Next week, which may be a week after because it's coming up spring break. But anyway, next week I will have a guest. It's not really confirmed because it's my brother and he said that I need to give him a week's notice. So, babes, I just gave you a week's notice. Like, you're going to be on the podcast. Like, I need it. I want it. Come on. You're going to be so funny. And we just planned out basically the whole episode. So, this is for sure. My next episode is going to feature my first guest, which is my brother. Yay! So, yeah, but this week I'm all by myself, and that's okay. Today's episode is going to be talking about coming of age films. I had this idea because of my friend Esme. She was talking to me earlier this week about her sister who was a few years younger than her, who's in high school. And as we all know, first of all, younger sisters. I'm the younger sister, so I understand what it's like to be a menace and to be a little brat. I'm not saying that she is, but the stories, yikes. But especially being in high school / being a teenager, I had a really rough time as a teenager. I won't lie. Like, I was angsty. I know I was. I I feel bad for all the things that I did and all the things that I said and how disrespectful I was. But that's all in the past. Like, but yeah, shout out to my friend Esme because us talking about her sister gave me the idea for coming of age films because at first I was thinking this week, I don't know what I'm going to do. This is like being filmed the day before spring break. Like, I'm actually filming a day early because I'm literally leaving tomorrow. Like, I'm going back home. I am not going to be here for spring break. And I was just like, I'm tired. I'm ready for this week to be over. I don't know what to talk about. And yeah, I have a lot of ideas, but sometimes it's like hard to narrow down like what you want to say and what you want to do. So shout out to my friend Esme. She's a real one. And like, if you know her, I'm just going to say she is the most pink girl ever. And I love it because like she's just so herself and she has actually really inspired me to follow my dreams of being on the pre-law track. Like she makes me feel like I can actually accomplish my goals of becoming a lawyer or at least going to law school. So shout out to her. I love her very much. I love all my friends at UIC and not at UIC. Shout out to all my friends back home because I'm going to go see them and my family. I'm so excited. Like, spring break is really gonna be my week. Like, it's only gonna be a week, I know, and I'm gonna be working, so I know, but I'm so excited. And you know what I'm really excited for spring break? I am going to eat this one restaurant that's in my hometown called First Walk. If you know, you know. First Walk is the best Chinese food ever. I mean ever. Like, I have been just salivating thinking about how I'm gonna eat it. so good this week, like this upcoming week. Um, like I'm just so excited. Like being back home is I've already talked about this. It's sometimes it's a little bit, you know, um nostalgic, bittersweet. Sometimes it's boring. I might be really bored, hanging out in the Walmart parking lot. No, I don't do that anymore, but did I do that as a teenager? I absolutely did. What else did I do as a teenager? This isn't on my script thing, but what else did I do? I went to just people's houses, hung out in people's cars. Like there wasn't a lot to do in my hometown as a teenager. Like I'm in my last year of being a teenager, so this is why I think I'm really focusing on and reflecting on what I was like as a teenager and growing up. And I actually realized that I have been the same since at least middle school. I know for a fact I was the same in middle school. I was just a little bit more I was a little bit more like annoying, I would say. Okay. But yeah, like I don't know. I'm going to talk a little bit more about being a teenager when I get to the coming of age part. But um what I really want to talk about is this week I was talking to my friends in my Spanish class that I'm taking, and I was telling them how I am actually really scared of old people and bald people. Okay, that sentence may get me canceled, but I need to preface by saying that if you are bald because of like alopecia or like cancer or something that you can't really control, then you get a pass. But if you're like a man, and again, this may get me canceled, and I know that they can't help this, but if you're a man who's bald, you scare me. Please get away from me. My two exceptions are Steve Harvey and Dr. Phil, who is actually I can't support that man, but I literally want to be him for Halloween. Like, I want to dress up as him because I think it would be funny. And Pitbull, I actually like Pitbull. I just think he's funny, like, the whole bald thing. But the rest of the bald population, please stay away from me. I'm really scared of you. Now, the old people. I've actually told a lot of people this. A lot of people do not agree with me. A lot of people Some people do agree with me, actually, and I'm going to tell you why I don't like old people. I genuinely think it's because I used to go caroling at a nursing home for fun with my family. I guess it wasn't fun for me, obviously. And and then again with my Spanish class in elementary school, elementary 2, actually. And I'm telling you, I never liked going to the nursing home. Like, the old people scared me. It wasn't the fact that they were in the nursing home, I guess, but it's just the old people. I don't know. And maybe I'm scared of getting old. Like, I don't want to be that old. Yuck. I think like 50 is old. Like, anything above 50 is old to me. If you have grays, please. But this is like something I shouldn't be saying publicly, and I might get clipped for it. So don't clip me, don't cancel me, and yeah, so the next thing that I have on my list, this is actually on my list that I want to talk about because it just like, it got put into my brain this week, is Pete's cranberry chicken salad, okay? And that, again, that sentence may sound weird to you, but if you live in the Chicago area and you know what Pete's Fresh Market is, I'm telling you, I love Pete's already, but I thought I hated chicken salad. Okay, everything about chicken salad kind of grosses me out. Like, I don't really like celery. I didn't think I liked cranberries or cranberries in things. I don't mind nuts that much, but like nuts in things besides like a banana nut muffin, I didn't think I liked. I was just a hater. I'm sorry. I think it was just my sister's chicken salad. I didn't like it. But there's something about Pete's chicken salad, the cranberry one specifically, because there are two kinds, and I don't like the other kind. It is so good, and my sister just got it, and it literally was gone within the next day. Like, I really like that chicken salad, and we need a bigger tub. But then the thing is and I may be weird for this, but I don't like eating the same thing over and over again. I get really sick of eating the same thing. So, like, I'm cool for now, but I can't appreciate a peach chicken salad. So, if you know what that is, or if you are able to, go try some. As I said, spring break is coming up and I'm going to be traveling back home. And I was also thinking about traveling this week. I was like, I've only traveled one other time, like for real, like out of the country, and it was last fall, okay? And I went to Spain. Oh, it was amazing. I loved Spain. I went with my sister and we visited my brother. And then we went to Paris for a couple days, and it was just amazing. Like, traveling is something that I really want to keep doing. And I'm so excited because this summer I will be traveling again. Woo woo woo. Um that's the wrong. I was going to do. There you go. I'm going to be traveling to Mexico City. Woo woo woo. Yeah, I'm gonna be traveling to Mexico City with a study abroad thing with my school, a program. So I'm gonna be getting like credits for it. Like, I'm not just going for fun, but I'm really going for fun. And we just had a meeting yesterday about it. So that's what really sparked my brain about it. Like, those are my little updates. Like, yeah, I'm a little bit overwhelmed by how much I've been doing. Like, this week has been kind of really tiring for me. I've just been go, 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 like on the go. And like, I really feel like I'm extra tired because I'm just feeling ready to have a break and have spring break. And it's not going to be that much of a break, but it's still very much needed. And then after, it's only a few more weeks of school left. So, guys, let's give it up for that. Like, I'm saying like because I am too slow at the sound effects. I need to get better at that. It's okay. I need to calm down. But yeah, like, it's okay to be overwhelmed. Like, I'm telling myself this as well, but like, it's okay to be overwhelmed with the things that you're doing, but it's also like good to see how it's beneficial. Like, it's going to end up good, and your mind is your reality. So, yes, I'm overwhelmed right now in my mind, but it will be okay. And, you know, if I just plan some more, maybe I'll feel a little bit better. I don't know. But yeah, the next thing on my list, which, can I just say, I actually started, this is my first week where I'm writing things down more in depth because I got some feedback on my first episode from my sister, Francesca. Yeah, full name. The Chester, Chester Cheetah, chewed a chunk of cheese, for real. I'm telling you, I come up with the funniest nicknames for my siblings. Like, well, I think that they're funny. I don't care if you think that they're not funny. But she told me I need to, or that I should, like, to help me more, to write down more. So I'm following this script a little bit more. And so, yeah, the next thing is that I'm going to do is my weekly repeat. This week's weekly repeat, I have been playing a lot, but also I felt like the vibes of this song were kind of like, I don't know, not kind of nostalgic. It's like folky. It's a folk song, I believe. And I just felt like it felt like coming of age to me. Like, yeah, so it's called Crooked the Road by Monrovia. I think that's how you say that. And I actually found it on TikTok. I won't lie. Yeah, he's a folk singer and he promotes on TikTok, so I saw it. Go listen to that. It's a really good song. It's going to be on my Instagram, so go follow, spoiler alert, on Instagram. And also, as I'm plugging, go follow UIC Radio on Instagram because that's how I'm here. Thank you to the UIC Radio gods because you have been blessed with an angel who is me. um this morning while I was getting ready, I got ready at 6 a.m. or I didn't get ready at 6 a.m., but I started getting ready. And by started, I mean that was my first alarm, which I can wake up to one alarm. I just like choose to sleep for a little bit longer, like 5 more minutes. Anyway, so again, I'm tired, but I need to stop complaining. While I was getting ready, though, I was like singing to myself, and I was singing 15 by Taylor Swift. And I'm like, that is actually a perfect song also for this week's episode. It's very, coming of age. So if you haven't listened to that, go listen to that as well. It's on her old album. I think it's on her debut album. So maybe it's on Fearless. I'm not sure. I can't remember. But yeah, Crooked the Road. That's the song that I repeated this week. So yeah, this week's episode is coming of age films, and as I said before, like being a teenager was just like, I need to stop saying like being a teenager was something that people talk about how many changes you go through, how much your hormones change, and like your emotions are just going wild. Like you feel so many things and you care. So I don't know if this is everyone, but I know that for me, I was caring way too much about other people and what they thought about me, how I looked to them, if they were perceiving me, how they were perceiving me. My hair is actually straight right now, and it reminds me of the time that I straightened my hair in high school this one time. And like a couple people said, "Oh, you look so much better with straight hair." And then a few other people were like, "Oh, I don't like you with straight hair." First of all, I didn't ask for your opinion. Thanks for sharing. But like, that's just rude. And the people who were saying, "I like you so much better with straight hair," all these people were my friends, apparently. Like, I didn't take it. No, I cried. So actually, I was kind of offended. I didn't take it too hard to heart, but they followed it up by saying that my hair looked messy whenever it's natural. Like, I have wavy hair, kind of curly hair, and at the time I didn't really have a curly hair routine or like a wavy hair routine, so my hair kind of did look messy, but I didn't need that. Like, that just hurt my feelings. So this is what I'm saying, where I just cared way too much about what people were saying, how people felt. I wasn't really listening to myself. And then kind of towards my senior year, the beginning of my senior year, that's when I started being like, I want to be a teenager. I want to make I said I wanted to make mistakes. I didn't mean to say that right now, but I was trying to say I was trying to make decisions for myself, and I was like, I'm so grown. Like, I'm an adult basically. Like, I can do what I want, and and I don't have to listen to anybody. So yes, I was a menace. Like, my sisters don't forget to tell me how terrible I was and how many times I broke curfew and how many times I did things that I was not supposed to be doing. Which I'm laughing at now, but listen to the people who care about you and like follow simple like directions, like restrictions. Like, if you're being told that your curfew is 11, like, be home by 11. And I'm saying that to my past self because I didn't do that plenty of times, especially for a boy. Oh my Lanta, I hate who I was. I hate even saying that sentence. But yeah, my first boyfriend, like, I never I'm really not gonna talk about that. Like, I don't want to be that person. But like, actually, for both my boyfriends, like, I just disrespected my rules in my house. Like, I just did not listen at all. And that was just, it didn't cultivate a strong relationship with my family. And I chose other people over spending time with my family. So if you learn anything from me, just, listen to the people who care about you. And like, don't think that you're above the program, because babes, I thought I was. I really did. And then like, I felt like my senior year was just terrible. Like, I was just not having fun. I was really sad. Like, my whole teenage years, I felt like I was just really sad about a lot of things, like personal things, family life, not everyone's life is perfect, and even if they look like their life is perfect, or they want you to think that their life is perfect, they're probably not perfect. That's another thing, like, I really like kind of being perfect. Like, I don't know, like, it's nice to seem like you're perfect all the time, but it's okay to be vulnerable and talk to people. And I have had therapists, so I'm okay now, like, but being a teenager was just rough for me. Like, I'm so glad that I'm out of that mindset, out of that like time in my life. And I don't feel like, I still feel like I'm kind of a teenager. Like, I'm about to be 20 years old, but I don't totally feel like an adult still. I feel like I definitely have a couple more years to go until I will feel like an adult, probably. So, like, I'm not saying anything. I shouldn't be saying anything, really, because I still feel like a teenager. I still technically am a teenager. But it's like 3 more months. Come on. I can say what I can say what I am. I'm basically out of my teen years. But yeah, like, I don't know. Perfection is something you shouldn't strive for, like, all the time, because it's not gonna happen. And you should never, like, want to trade lives with someone or be someone else, because you never know what they're really going through. So just be mindful, guys. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, and a lot of the movies I'm going to be talking about, I did actually watch as a teenager, or they are actually coming of age films. I looked them up, and they are coming of age movies. And yeah, but something before I get into the movies, I wanted to say, like, what I used to listen to as a teenager, because this is the radio. I should be talking about music as well. So I listened to a lot of SZA whenever SOS came out. That was like my senior year. I listened to a lot of SZA. Olivia Rodrigo got me through some heartbreak. Like, not that bad of heartbreak. Don't play with me. I'm not like that. I'm the heartbreaker. No, I'm just kidding. Am I? No, I'm just kidding. I listened to a lot of Taylor Swift. Midnights, bro. Midnights was my junior year. All these are basically from my junior year, senior year. But I also listened to a lot of Lizzie McAlpine. I think I found her in high school. So go listen to that. Now let me put you on to someone who I used to listen to in high school, and I still listen to. Len and Stella. Okay, my sister and my brother showed me this. Hayden really loves this. That's my brother. Len and Stella, he loves her. And I honestly love that for him. And I love her too, because I'm like, bro, her songs are just phenomenal. So go check her out. And then the last thing that I wrote down that I would listen to is Hamilton. I thought my sisters were so dumb for liking Hamilton back in, like, when I was in middle school. I thought, they're so lame. And then I started listening to it after I watched the movie when it came out. I think it came out in 2020. So yeah. This timeline makes sense. I gotta remember where I'm going. But then I started listening to Hamilton, and then they gave me a part, which they would make me be Alexander Hamilton and Peggy. So that's how you know I'm at the bottom of the barrel. Like, they want me to be the last. And I'm always the guy in the duets, like, hello, just let me be the girl for once. It doesn't matter that much to me. And yes, I know some of Alexander Hamilton's parts, so if you ever need me to sing Hamilton, I got you, babes. And I actually went to go see Hamilton off Broadway. It was amazing. I highly recommend. those are just a few like people that I would listen to back in high school. And yeah, like my my music taste has kind of changed. I listen to a lot more rap music, but I still listen to a lot of girly pops. I still listen to SZA. I love SZA. Like she eats down. Sometimes I listen to Taylor Swift. I've just like kind of fallen off that a little bit. I didn't really like Dead Poets Society. Sorry. Sue me. Cancel me. I don't care. And, you know, has she kind of annoyed me recently? Absolutely. So I'm not going to talk about it because I don't know this person like personally. So it really doesn't matter to me. I'm just saying, like, if you're going to be a celebrity, at least be a celebrity with values, and morals, and stand up for whatever. I'm not going to get into that. So now I'm going to start talking about the coming of age movies that I picked for this week. There were actually so many whenever I looked it up, there were so many on the list, and there's so many that I have written down that I didn't choose. I'm going to have some honorable mentions at the end, and I'm actually going to tell you all the ones that I wrote down. But I picked a few of the movies that I really liked, or like they just meant something to me, or I liked them a lot, or some of them I rated them low because I didn't like them. So let's get into it. My very first movie is Edge of 17. I remember watching this movie as a teenager. I can't really remember when, but I remember watching it, and there's this one thing that her name's Nadine, the main character. She says, like, I'm pretty sure she says this in this movie, where like she remembers being a kid and stepping outside of herself or something. Whatever that quote is, I think it's really beautiful, and I didn't rate this movie that high. Like, I didn't love this movie. It reminds me of being a teenager, like, and coming of age. So the synopsis is: everyone knows that growing up is hard, and life is no easier for high school junior Nadine, who is already at peak awkwardness when her all-star older brother, Darian, starts dating her best friend, Krista. All at once, Nadine feels more alone than ever until an unexpected friendship with a thoughtful teen gives her a glimmer of hope that that things just might not be as terrible after all. I also know that in this movie, she is kind of friends with her teacher. So, and that's kind of like Perks of Being a Wallflower, which is on my honorable mentions, I believe. But I'm not going to talk about that movie because we all know that movie. This movie was really funny. I remember it being really funny. I did rate it a 6 out of 10. I am sorry. I just didn't feel like it was that great. Like, the storyline was, I like a dating your best friend's brother. Who doesn't like that? Like, tropes. That's going to be one of my future episodes, is just tropes, because what can I say? I'm a romance girly. But yeah, like, their friendship was beautiful. Like, I'm pretty sure they spoiler alert, I'm pretty sure they came back together in the end. Like, they became friends again. But they weren't friends for a while, her and her best friend, and that's so sad. All because of her brother. I felt like, what, it's debatable. Was she overreacting because her friend got with her brother? Or was she not reacting? Because why would your best friend get with your brother? I personally always wanted my friends, at least one of them, to get with my brother, but he's weird, so I understand why no. Like, I can't be saying that. He will be listening. But yeah, that movie just, it kind of does, like, give an insight about, being awkward in high school, going on your first date, like, betrayal that feels like so big, but it's really not that big of a deal. Like, let's be so real. Later in life, you'll forget all about the drama or the things that are happening. So, friendship lasts a long time. It should if they're good friends. Like you should prioritize your friends over a man. But whatever. Relationships are kind of fun too. Like if it's a good person. I'm not the dating guru. I have very few experiences in that field, and I'm glad for it. But yeah, I'm not gonna get into all that. That movie was okay. Watch it if you want. It just reminds me of being a teenager. The next movie on my list is Moonlight. This movie I watched, I think I watched it last year, so I was still a teenager. But I'm gonna read the synopsis now. Moonlight is a critically acclaimed drama directed by Barry Jenkins that chronicles. My bad, I can't read. that chronolo. And I can't speak. What the? Anyway, that chronicles 3 defining chapters in Chiron's life. A young black man growing up in a rough Miami neighborhood. It explores his journey from a bullied childhood, little, to adolescence, Chiron, and adulthood, black, focusing on his struggles with identity, sexuality, family, and repressed love. So the little, Chiron, and black, so the movie is split up into 3 sections, and that's how they categorize those sections. So, yeah, the more you know. I actually really like this movie. I rated it an 8 out of 10. It is not higher only because, should I spoil this? I'm going to. Because this actually is why it's not rated higher. Like, I really like this movie. It made me feel a lot of things. Spoiler alert, I'm about to say something that happens in the movie. The sexuality part that it was saying, so he likes one of his friends, and, well, I thought the friend liked him back, and then the friend beat him up. And that really bothered me, because why would you beat up your friend? Like, being a teenager is already hard enough. I'm sure being a gay man is really hard. So if you trust your friend with that, and they seem like they're accepting, and they seem like, they like you back, then why would they go and beat you up just to prove something to someone else? But again, being a teenager is hard, and sometimes you do things and you make mistakes, and you do things that you don't mean to be doing, and sometimes you hurt people on accident, or you hurt people on purpose, and I don't know. But yeah, this movie was really good. It is critically acclaimed for a reason, and I'm pretty sure it won an Oscar. It was really good. I would recommend watching Moonlight. It also talks about, being impoverished. It also talks about how his mom is a drug addict and the struggles of that, and then he has to go find, a safe place to stay because his mom kind of doesn't really take care of him. And it's just sad because he has to, be an adult at a young age. So, I don't know. I highly recommend that. And I think it's a really good message. It shows a lot. And then at the end, I'm not going to say all that. I kind of think you should watch the end. So, I'm not going to spoil. Not today. So, the next movie is Coda. I think I also watched this movie last year. Maybe 2 years ago. I think it was last year, though. So the synopsis is, Ruby is the only hearing member of a deaf family from Gloucester, Massachusetts. At 17, she works mornings before school to help her parents and brother keep their fishing business afloat. But in joining her high school's choir club, Ruby finds herself drawn to both her duet partner and her Latin passion for singing. I also really like this movie. Coda means the child of a deaf adult, so I'm pretty sure that's what it means. And it towards the end, I'm pretty sure it kind of there's one scene where it shows what her parents are hearing, or like lack of hearing it, like while she's singing on the stage, and everyone around them is feeling so many emotions of what she's singing, and they don't hear anything, but the reactions of the other people kind of shows them why it's so important for her to be in this choir club and to follow her dreams. And because she is the only hearing person, and this world unfortunately is not really totally like accustomed to that. They kind of rely on her a lot, and so this movie shows that, and it also shows how she just wants to be a teenager and she wants to follow her dreams. And I don't know, I really like this movie. I rated it an 8 out of 10 as well. Some of the parts were funny, like cringy funny, but like I liked it. Like as a teenager, watching it as a teenager, I was like, yeah, I like this movie. It made me feel a lot of things. So I would recommend. Yeah. The next movie that I'm gonna talk about, I have a reason for why this is on here. So just hang with me while you hear this. Just hang with me, okay? The synopsis is: when they meet in second grade, Julie Baker falls instantly in love with her neighbor Bryce Losky. Bryce, however, does not feel the spark. From that day forward, he tries hard to keep brash and unpredictable Julie at bay. After 6 years, she begins to feel that she was wrong about him being the love of her life. Unfortunately, that is just about the time that Bryce begins to think he was wrong about Julie, too. Okay, this movie was. Let me start with how I know what this is. In sixth grade, okay, it goes all the way back there, guys. Yes, I remember Springboard. If you know what Springboard is, it was the worst. But anyway, in Springboard, we read a snippet of this story, and I thought it was just hilarious. Like the beginning, them meeting as kids, and she was so like attached and like really liked him from the start, and he was like, ew, get away from me, I don't like her, she's weird. And then watching the movie, so I watched the movie because I had read that little part, and I was like, oh, there's a movie, let me watch it. And so I watched it. I'm pretty sure I watched it in middle school. I watched it a long time ago. And is it the best movie? No, I'm not gonna say it's the best movie, but I really enjoyed it because I had already like read a little bit of it. But really, I like that Julie is unapologetically herself. One of the things that happens in the movie, this is kind of a spoiler, but not really. If you watch the trailer, you'll see. She ties herself to a tree to save the tree because the town's gonna like knock down the tree. And everyone's saying that she's crazy. And then Bryce is also saying that she's crazy. But then his grandpa is saying, well, have you ever like talked to her? Have you ever like thought, asked her why she's doing this? Like, I don't know. I just like how unapologetically herself she is. Like, everyone thinks she's crazy, but she does what she does, like, anyway. And she's just herself, and she likes him, and then she's like disappointed, and then he changes his mind. So I don't know, the story's kind of good, I guess. Like, if you want a cheesy story, watch this movie, I guess. I rated it a 5 out of 10. Like, I'm not gonna say it's the best movie, I'm not gonna say it's the worst movie, but I just like it because of the ties that I have with this movie. So yes. The next movie that I have is called Waves. I watched this my senior year of high school, so I think it was 2 years ago, 3 years ago. It was like 2.5 years ago. It wasn't that long ago, but yeah, I had heard about this movie from it. It was really popular on TikTok, or like people were saying to watch it. They said it was really good, and I didn't know anything going into this movie. So yeah, I'm gonna read the synopsis and then I'll talk a little bit more about it. The synopsis is: Waves is a dramatic 2-part film directed by Trey Edward Schultz that follows a South Florida African American family navigating love, forgiveness, and healing after a devastating tragedy. The plot initially centers on Tyler, a high school wrestler buckling under familiar pressure and a secret injury, before shifting to his sister Emily as she navigates the aftermath. Um, Emily, the sister, is Emily Russell. Emily is Taylor Russell. My bad. Taylor Russell. And I just think her acting is so good. I watched Bones and All also, and I'm probably going to talk about that one of these days, but I don't know. I just really like her acting. I think she's really good. But yeah, this movie is a two-part, like, it splits up, so it, as it said in the synopsis, and whenever it talks about Tyler and his, like, injury and stuff, his dad is the one pressuring him to keep, like, wrestling, even though he was kind of hurt, but they didn't think it was as serious as it was. And then it got worse because he was pushing himself and his dad was pushing him. And then, yeah, he kind of snaps. Something bad happens. I don't really want to say what, because that is a part of the movie. Like, I was not expecting it. So I'm not going to spoil that part. But watch this movie. I actually would recommend. Like, it's a little bit graphic, I guess. It's a little bit violent, I guess. And then it switches to Emily. And then it's all sweet and soft. It's like I literally think it's like the waves. Like, now that I'm literally thinking about it, the waves, they come and they go. They push and they pull. They're, strong, but they're soft. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then I really like the family aspect. Like, the mom in it is in Hamilton. She plays Angelica. Yeah, she plays Angelica. I was about to say, does she play Eliza? No, she plays Angelica, I'm pretty sure. And she's actually the stepmom, which I didn't realize that at first. But, so their mom actually, I'm pretty sure, died. And then they have a stepmom. And she's really nice to them. So, and their family just goes through a lot. But then after the tragedy, they come together. And it's beautiful. Well, they kind of come together. Anyway, watch the movie. I recommend. I rated it an 8 out of 10. So that's how you know I liked it. Why didn't I rate it higher? It kind of was graphic, honestly. And I was confused. And also, I watched it, like, me and my friend who watched it, we kind of watched it at 2 different times. So the first part we watched at, like, late at night. And then the second part we watched early in the morning. And so maybe I need to rewatch it because I was, like, kind of confused about what was going on. So that was just me. Don't mind me. Anyway, the next movie, we're heading right into it, is After Sun. This movie I watched a year ago, I think. It has Paul Mescal in it, so I like his acting. And I thought it was a really good movie. Well, I didn't rate it that high, and I'm going to tell you why. But let me read the synopsis. After Sun is a 2022 drama following 11-year-old Sophie and her loving but deeply troubled father, Callum, on a 1990s Turkish vacation. While appearing to be a quiet, joyful holiday, the film reveals a tension beneath the surface, with an adult Sophie later reflecting on this trip, implied to be their last together, through old video footage to understand the father she never fully knew. I rated this a 6 out of 10 because although the acting was really good, like it said, it like implied that it was their last together, which I didn't know till the end. Like, I cried at this movie, okay? I was really upset. And then when I looked into it more, I was like, wow, so they really did him like that. Like, he was depressed the whole time. Like, yeah, they were flashing back and forth. I think I shouldn't have rated this so low because I rated it at 6 out of 10. Because, like, now that I'm thinking about it, am I just, like, not paying attention to the clues? Like, I thought that I also didn't like when they were fighting either. So, like, I don't know. This movie was good. I recommend, but is it my favorite movie of all time? No, it's not. Like, I liked it a lot, and I thought it was really sad. I think that's why I kind of liked it. But he's like depressed the whole time and he hides it from her, and he doesn't spend that much time with her. And then when he does, like, it's just a weird, like, their their relationship feels very, it does feel like there's a tension. So, but the ending was really sad, and I don't know. So, watch this movie if you want. Like, I didn't rate it that high for a reason. It made me a little upset. But anyway, the next movie I'm going to talk about is Running on Empty. I actually watched this movie a long time ago. I watched it, I don't know. I was definitely a teenager. I just can't remember when. My dad actually showed this to me, and I don't like to talk about that, man. But that's not something I'm going to get into. But I actually am really glad that he did show this to me because I liked this movie. Like, anyway, the synopsis is Arthur Pope and his wife, Annie, are fugitives perpetually on the run from federal authorities due to their anti-war activity during the 1960s. The couple moves around the country with their two sons, young Harry and his older teenage brother, Danny. On the verge of adulthood, Danny longs to set out on his own and live a more stable life, but he knows this could mean permanent separation from his family. So, the person playing Danny is River Phoenix, who sadly did pass away when he was pretty young. And I thought his acting was really good in this movie. Like, this is kind of an older movie, a little bit. Not too old. Like, it's not black and white or anything, but I don't know. I thought his acting was really good. I thought it followed, being a teenager, and even though your family has certain things holding them back, he still wanted to be a normal teenager. And honestly, I get that. Like, you should have your childhood and then have your teenage years and then, like, grieve the death of your teenage life. Like, I'm telling you, this isn't about the movie. I'm going to tell a quick story. I actually cried the very first day of my senior year because I literally felt like my childhood was ending and I would never get it back. Like, that's how I felt. And I was crying so hard. I was so upset. It was during creative writing when we were reflecting on the day, and I was just like, I'm so sad. But yeah, like, I feel like that this movie is just Danny in the movie. Is Danny trying to be a teenager while his family is, like, running from the police? And I can't remember the ending. I don't think it has a happy ending. I'm not gonna lie. I remember, spoiler alert, Danny meets this girl and he really likes her. And, like, I'm telling you, I don't actually remember what happens in this movie. I rated it a 7 out of 10 because I remember, though, his family being like, oh, no, it's too dangerous. You can't be a teenager. They can't find out who you are. And I get that, but also, come on, just let your son be a teenager. He deserves it. He wasn't the one doing anti-war propaganda, which, by the way, who cares if you... I'm not the police. I shouldn't be, whatever. But I don't know. I get why they were saying that, but also at the same time, I get where he's coming from. So, 7 out of 10. It's a good movie. Not the best movie I watched ever, but I don't know. It's on this list, so I did think it was good. Like, I recommend, yes. And the last movie that I'm going to be talking about today is Dirty Dancing. This movie I watched when I was a kid, but I actually recently rewatched it, and I was like, wait, I remember why this used to be my favorite movie. I really liked this movie. The synopsis is, Baby is one listless summer away from the Peace Corps. Hoping to enjoy her youth while it lasts, she's disappointed when her summer plans deposit her at a sleepy resort in the Catskills with her parents. Her luck turns around, however, when the resort's dance instructor, Johnny, enlists Baby as his new partner, and the two fall in love. Baby's father forbids her from seeing Johnny, but she's determined to help him perform the last big dance of the summer. So yeah, I watched this movie when I was a kid because it was one of my older sister's really favorite movies, and then she made me recreate The Last Dance with her. So that was a little bit weird, but I don't know. If I was a teenager with younger siblings, I might make them like dance with me too, I guess. Um but yeah, like this movie, it talks about a lot of issues, like how the people working at this camp are kind of treated poorly, but because of there are like wealthier people at this camp, and then especially the dance people, they do not respect the dance instructors at all, and they're really rude to them. And they think that Johnny is a bad guy just because he dances, and you know and her dad literally forbids them from being together. It's so sad. And I love the love aspect of this. Like, what can I say? Nobody puts baby in a corner. Like, yes, I love this movie. Like, it used to be my favorite, and for good reason. It's a good movie. I would recommend watching this. I rewatched it and I was like, wait, aw, this movie is so happy, and the songs just give me so much life. So yeah, what did I rate it? I rated it an 8 out of 10. That means I recommend this movie. Um and I also like that Baby worked hard to like dance with Johnny. Like, everyone was counting her out. Everyone was saying that, you know, she wasn't going to be able to dance and she's just a rich girl with daddy's money. But low-key, she really did help them. Like, spoiler alert, Johnny's first partner had to get an abortion. Okay, this is like in the movie. I'm not just. And so she didn't have enough money, and she also needed to perform at the end. So what Baby did was, yes, she got the help of her daddy's money. Like, she used what she had, her resources, to help this girl to get an abortion. And her dad was a doctor, and the abortion didn't, whatever. It wasn't like, it wasn't a good one, and so her dad had to help. And so that's how her dad found out about all of this. But anyway, I digress. But yeah, she helped with her dad's money, and then she worked tirelessly to. She didn't perfect the dance by any means. Like, she did good. She messed up a little bit, but at the very, very end, she was able to do the high lift. Like, yes, girl, she worked hard, and she never let anyone count her out. And that is what I like about this movie. I like that Baby never let anyone determine who she was. And like, now getting out of being a teenager, I understand that, everyone's going to have something to say about you. Everyone's, like, some people are going to be your haters, some people are going to be your supporters. You can't let other people determine how you feel about yourself. Like, you have to be okay with yourself, and you have to be okay with your choices, because at the end of the day, you're the one living the life that you create. And you do create your life. Like, your choices are like why your life is the way that, well, I'm not going to say why, but everything that you choose, you better be okay with that choice, because you're the only one that's going to have to deal with the benefits or consequences of that choice. So yeah, I've had to learn that some way or the other, and I don't know, being a teenager comes with a lot of ups and downs. It literally feels like a roller coaster. I don't know about any of you guys. Let me know how your teenage years went, if you hated your life. I'm just kidding. Like, I know I wasn't the only person who, yeah, looking back, I had a lot of fun at being a teenager, but also I felt like I went through a whole rebirth. Like, I feel like the same person, but at the same time, I feel like so much calmer now, and I feel like like making all those decisions for myself and making all those mistakes and, you know, learning that boundaries are actually good and, you know, you pick your friends and all those things, it really has made me into a better person, but also like I understand more of who I am and what I want and my values and my morals. And I think you need to figure that out by yourself and for yourself. And honestly, spending a lot of time alone has really helped that. Like, towards the end of my high school career, I kind of was just surrounding myself with people who sometimes weren't the best, and I didn't always make the best decisions with them. And I'm not blaming anybody but myself for my actions, because you should never blame anyone else. But like, the people you surround yourself with do matter, but also like, I don't know, like, it's okay to make mistakes and it's okay to change your mind. And where I was going with that, because now I remember, is I thought that there was like, you know, something wrong with me, kind of like I was like, I can't make friends. I'm so sad all the time. Like, I hate everyone and everything, and my life is terrible, yuck. And like a lack mindset and a negative mindset. And no, babes, like, and you don't always have to surround yourself with people to feel fulfilled. Like, I genuinely felt like I needed to be around people to be happy. And being alone in college, like, has just made me realize, like, I kind of do really enjoy being alone and, you know, thinking for myself and not always thinking about other people. And just like choosing myself and choosing to be alone and solitude. Solitude is not terrible. Like, it's okay to sit with yourself and think and just really think about things and think about the past and think about how you could have been better and make yourself better. And, you know, it takes time and growth is a process and no one's ever perfect. So that's all my life lessons that I have. And I am not perfect by any means. And I still have a lot to learn and a lot of growing to do. I am on the journey of, you know, figuring out who I am and setting those boundaries, because I'm kind of really bad at boundaries, but that's what I've been working on this past year. So, like I said, I had a lot of movies that I had on my list, and I'm going to tell you a few of them. My honorable mentions, which I would say I actually do recommend, you should watch them. They're pretty good. The Breakfast Club, that's a really good movie. I'm just not going to go in depth and talk about the synopsis or what I thought about the movie. I'm just going to say they're honorable mentions. Like, watch them if you want, if you like this topic, if you feel like you're a teenager and you want to, you know, feel something or, you know, feel related to, I guess. The Perks of Being a Wallflower, that was a good movie. Lady Bird, I liked that movie a lot. It was coming of age, so yes. And then the last honorable mention is The Fault in Our Stars. I also really like that movie. It's about a girl who has cancer, so yeah, it made me cry. But I have a lot of things on this list. I have 13, Clueless, Summer '03, The Starling Girl. I recommend that movie. That actually was a good movie. Dead Poet Society. I like that movie. I didn't expect to like that movie as much as I did. Remember Me. I'm not sure if that's a coming of age movie, but it said it on the thing, and I like that movie. Hot Summer Nights. That was a good movie. It had Timmy in it. The Virgin Suicides. I read that book and I watched that movie. It was good. Watch it if you want. The Man in the Moon. I watched it with my sister. I thought it was pretty good. 8th Grade. I didn't watch or read The Outsiders, but it is on this list because I felt like I should. So I might. Stand By Me. I also haven't watched that, so I don't know why it's on this list, but I don't know. I feel like I should watch those. Now, on the last thing on this list is Looking for Alaska. There's a show of that, but I really like the book the best. So read the book. And there's actually also, when I was looking into this, there's a lot of shows that fit into this category. So let me know if you want an episode of just shows that are coming of age, which even if you don't let me know, I might just do that because I do want to talk about shows as well. So yeah, that's the end of this episode. Let me know what you think. Give me some recommendations if you have any. And thank you for listening so much. Next episode is probably going to be with my guest, my brother, and we're going to be talking about movies that he wants to talk about or things that we've watched together. So, yeah, thank you for listening and bye.